Clear cross on your left at Alpha, bounce time on the bridge, American 2250. American 841, flight for tonight. American 777, DFW using runway 18 right to land, hold short, DFW Bravo, stop please.
Clear to land 18 right for American 777, hold short, we'll park another.
American 777, hold short, DFW Bravo, please.
Hold short, Bravo.
Evening, runway 13 right to land, 14014. Galaxy 3 at 24, no delay, exit high speed.
No delay.
Galaxy 324, taxi to Echo Whiskey Mike, hold short, runway 18 left.
Echo Whiskey Mike, hold short of 1.
Galaxy 286, turn right, heading up 190. Final meeting 102,000, runway 18 left, clear pit off.
Return 190, 107, 14.
American 2635, eastbound leaving, runway 18 right to land, hold short, sector Bravo, stop please.
Shut up, Bravo, clear for
The following program comes to you in color.
20 left on a flight on way 3658.
And we're back with you for the second consecutive night, Runway DFW, this time from the friendly confines of Founders Plaza here at DFW International Airport. Good evening. My name is Walt, and I'll be your guide for all things aviation here for the next couple of hours as we watch the planes come and go at one of the world's busiest airports on Runway DFW. There's a 747, which we'll see presently. Before that, let us check in on flight 777 coming in from Las Vegas, Nevada. It's an American Airlines Airbus A321. Welcome to everyone. So happy to see you. Here is Josh Aldrich, one of our great channel members and moderators. Hello, Josh. Good to see you up there in Oklahoma City. Sorry. Kai says hello to Josh Aldrich. M. Mick says howdy from G-Town. There's Anna the Dispatcher, another one of our mods, with a howdy. And Luke the Random Spotter, inviting us to sit back and relax while I bring you the smooth, sweet jazz and the graceful aeroplanes. The wind is blowing out of the south today, the perfect situation for us. It's kind of a gusty wind, but we'll make do as we watch flight 2635 arriving from Ontario, California. We had kind of a good time at Love Field last night. It was a bit slow as far as the number of planes we saw. But what are you going to do? It's Love Field. Here's a plane that's going to take off. It is American Flight 2190, 737-800 off to Silao in Mexico. But you know what? I think we will instead widen out just a bit to bring you the arrival of an American Airlines plane from Sacramento, California, American 2448, 737. Michael Jennings says, beautiful evening we've got, and Just Plane's Crazy. A pleasant good evening to you here on Runway DFW. So in the span of 2 nights, we bring you action from the 2 commercial Dallas area airports. There's a lot of airports around here, of course, but only 2 that offer commercial service. DFW is the bigger of the, much bigger of the 2. I think Dallas Love Field in terms of U.S. airports ranks, last I checked, in the upper 30s or low 40s as far as flights or passengers. I don't know how they rank it. There's Theo Smaglick saying hello. M&J Butzer from Chile, Ohio. Joey Chan says good evening to the mods and everyone. Kevin is a fan, so thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that. I see Skittles in here. Did I miss her message? Where's Skittles? Skittles. Good evening, Walt. She says no. She's in Sydney. I thought, well, the last I checked, she's in Sydney. I don't know if she's departed or if she's still there at the Spotter Fest. But in Sydney, anyway, it's at 12:38 p.m. on Friday afternoon. So there's that. See if we go over here just a little bit. We've got a plane coming in. Skittles, this cannot be as exciting as Sydney. I know that. I did get to see you on the air with our friend Kevin of Wellington Flights Live for one of his broadcasts. That was American 1317 arriving from Phoenix, Arizona, IA. There's a little pond there in front of the 747 UPS plane. We had a bit of rain here this week, and we're due for some tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, on Saturday, which kind of worries me. We've been trying to bring you Saturday broadcasts on a more or less regular basis from here at DFW. However, if it rains, there's no sheltered place here at DFW Airport for us to hang out. So it's possible we won't be able to do a broadcast from here on Saturday. It's possible we could pull something out of our hats over at Dallas Love Fields, because there's a parking garage where we can have some shelter from the storm. So we'll see. I'm not sure about Saturday right now. So coming in, we had American Flight 584 from Tucson going out. It was flight 3601 American Eagle to Moline. Moline. Isn't that a Dolly Parton song? No. That's Jolene. Veronica Peters says hello, Walt and everyone. We say hello to Jet Setter Bound 747, who's saying hello to Skittles. Midnight Moon is checking in with a good evening. Hello, Midnight Moon. Do I see the moon tonight? We saw the moon last night. We had a pretty good look at what was pretty much a half moon. Now, some of my view is obstructed by a canopy where I'm standing tonight, so... Mr. Phil, I would like a black and white stream. You know, I have actually considered that. I'm not sure that would work for in the daytime. We might be able to get away with it for a little while. But I'm not sure about a black and white stream. Of course, we have that little black and white segment to open our broadcast with the man with the camera. Well, I thought we had a plane going out there. The plane that just arrived, American 2652 from Cancun, and Airbus A321, here on the channel. On deck, American Flight 1104 to Boise, Idaho, an Airbus A321. Let me see if I can scope out what we might have coming up this evening in terms of flights. 8:35, we've got a Sun Country Tide Pod going out. 8:55, the One World 777 American Airlines livery. We've seen that a couple times recently. This one's going to Buenos Aires. We have Qantas Flight 8 to... where's this one going? Sydney. Due out at 8:25. I'd like to thank Doug Jackson, who's a channel member who has gifted 5 Runway DFW memberships. Thank you, Doug, and those go to Dennis Cantonen, Leo Garcia, JetBlue 1441, and JL Akurta. So welcome to our new members, and we'll be, of course, as is our custom, we'll be going through the list of Runway DFW members later in the broadcast. Adam wants to know, what runway are we looking at from the viewing area? Well, that's a good question. We have exclusive Runway DFW graphics to help you sort that all out. So here's an overview of the airport from outer space, courtesy of Google Earth. Now we are where our position is indicated by the blue Runway DFW logo in the top left of the screen. We are overlooking, well, that's North Flow. We are overlooking, well, that's not what I meant to do. So please stand by. Okay, let's go back to this. There we go, South Flow. So this is South Flow. The wind is coming in from the north, but as indicated by the big red arrow, the planes are coming in from the north into the wind, and they're taking off to the south. And we are overlooking runways 18 right, 18 left. And as you can see, there are 5 other runways here at the airport. There's 13 right, which is on the west side here with us, but we can't see it from where we are. And then there's 17 right, 17 center, 17 left, and 13 left. And we can't see any of the operations over there. At least as far as the runways go. We can see planes coming in and taking off. And for some notable planes, we will do that over on the east side. So we have another runway. Oh, no, we didn't have another runway for that. Once again, thank you to Doug Jackson for his kind gift. Mr. Phil says, is there not a viewing area for the other side? There was originally when the airport was built, but they dismantled that because they needed it for development, and so they substituted this for us. This is Founders Plaza over on the northwest side, and that's where we are. Emery Yurtis asks the question with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Emery. Which runway is our main departure and arrival? Well, here on the west side of the airport, we'll go back to this graphic. 18 right is where the planes are landing. That is the closest runway to where we are. 18 left is where the planes are taking off. Now, that can change. Sometimes they'll close a runway for inspection, or just because of operational considerations, you know, they'll land a plane on 18 left, or take off a plane on 18 left. No, or take off a plane on 18 right. And we've seen those things happen here. But the normal configuration is 18 left, takeoffs, 18 right, landings. That's a United. It looks like a A319. Lowdown on where that's going as soon as it gets out of sight here. So that was a United 1396 off to San Francisco. That was an Airbus A320, not an A319. And it was too late to give it a musical salute. But I can tell you that that plane was a 20th century aircraft delivered in 1996. Adam Drawbaugh says, did the McAllen flight depart? That's a very good question. I do not know. I cannot tell you. This is an American Airlines 777-200. It does not, on flight radar, have a flight number or a destination. That could mean it's being just repositioned to another gate, or it could be coming over to the hangar here on the west side for maintenance, or R&R as we like to call it. And that looks like that's what's happening with this one. So it's what they typically call a local plane in traffic control parlance. Airplane Wrangler says usually the medevacs land on the inside runways due to time-critical situations. And yeah, there are, as I said, there are variables. I mean, it's not a hard and fast rule about planes landing on 18 right, as this is.
American Local 7 Bravo Papa, Constitutional Power, that's crossing 18 right, effectively Zulu, starting the ramp phase of the night.
Cross 18 right, Charlie to the ramp, American Local 7 Bravo Papa. Ciao.
Ciao. Arriving there, American Flight 1659 from the City of Angels, Los Angeles. It was an Airbus A321 Neo. And there goes that 777 over to the hangar.
Okay, cross 18 left, Whiskey Lima, 0.85, on ground, American 1659.
Saxman B 777 says 13 left is almost never used in Southfield. I've never seen it that way because the landing approach would cross 18 right and 18 left. I'm not saying it's never been done, but I've never seen it. All right, let's check in with our latest arrival. This one from Lubbock, Texas. As you can see, it's an American Eagle Embraer E-Jet.
Tower 499, I lied to you. I guess they switched us over to the east side.
Unable to stop. You're parking on the east side, so you're clearly on runway 18 right.
Yeah, we're laying on 18 right. I accidentally told you we were parking west side. So I didn't want that to mess with anything. Clearly on 18 right, American 499.
No, I think that must be good.
Doug Jackson, who's a channel member, says, Walt, did you mention last night that Southwest might be flying in and out of DFW as well? And yes, that is there is discussion of that. We will now take a look at what looks to be kind of just a bunch of flashing lights. Let me get this all lined up here. So there's a bunch of flashing lights, and you might see some vehicles, trucks going back and forth. That is where they are currently building Terminal F here at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. That will add, I think, initially 20 gates. And that is expected to create some breathing room, which would allow other additional airlines like Southwest to move in there. And Southwest has never flown here to DFW. I mean, they've had some, a handful of diversions here, I would say, but they've never had any scheduled flights here. So anyway, that's where Terminal F is going to be. And do we have this animation? So there's the Terminal F animation. You can see it's south of Terminal D. It's here on the west side. Up to 24 new gates. Not going to be open in 2025 because they didn't start building it until just a month or two ago. So this is kind of an older animation, but it shows you where it is in, let's see, can I move this back here? In relation to the other terminals. So anyway, Terminal F, ladies and gentlemen. And that's where they're going to put it. We're about to be greeted by American Flight 2496 coming in from Portland, Oregon. That's not it there. And Sam Wilson says they're finally building a terminal building in that empty spot. Yes, there is. Yes, they are. I'd like to welcome Gringo in Argentina as a new member in the twin jet category. Thank you, Gringo in Argentina. Welcome. Nice to have you aboard. Where's this plane that I saw from Portland? Okay, we're about to see it. We will now switch you over live to our camera 1, where the arrival of this aircraft from Portland shall be documented for you here on Runway DFW. And there's a word from Gringo in Argentina. Thank you, Gringo in Argentina. Kevin says UPS flight 773, just a couple minutes away. It's a 767 coming in from Houston Intercontinental Airport. Get an update on cargo ingestion over here. There's our pals over at UPS. Mike Cause, a channel member, says hello from Buffalo, New York. Great show, Walt. Thank you, Mike. Good to see you. And Flyer KG says, what a wonderful sight.
Have a good night, American 2597.
Let's go in for the extreme close-up here of cargo loadation. And as soon as I turn on the extreme close-up camera, everybody disappears. Oh, here we go. Hello to our friends at UPS. John Lyle says, camera's looking great tonight. Are you doing something different? No, we've got the same cameras we usually have. I don't know. We are. Since we have such a good signal here at DFW, fingers crossed, I have been upping our bit rate. That's a technical term. But essentially it means that that we're sending more bits to you every second. So it should improve the clarity a bit. You know, we kind of have to dumb things down a little bit to transmit HD signals over a cellular wireless connection. But in recent months, we've been getting a very good, strong signal here at DFW Airport, and so that means we can kind of up the ante here as far as our signal goes to you, or as far as how many little bits we're sending out every second. So that should make the signal look a little clearer than it has in the past. Like for instance, last night, because we weren't getting as fast of a signal at Dallas Love Field, I dialed down our bit rate to almost half of what we've got going here tonight. Now, it doesn't mean the signal's going to look twice as bad, but it just means it won't potentially be as clear. Okay, now we're waiting for the Flight 773 from Houston Intercontinental George Bush Worldwide Airport, a 767. Just about to cross Highway 121, which means we'll be able to see it coming in here at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas. Just after 8 o'clock here, and if you're just tuning in, you're watching Runway DFW. I promise you there's a 767. Oh, I see it now. Our camera can't see it yet because there's a fence in the way, but there it is. question is this a, UPS has some pretty new 767s built within the last year or two. Will this be one of them? Let's find out.
1996.
No, it's one of the older ones. It's a 28-year-old 767 freighter. It will celebrate its 29th birthday in September. Sarah, the real deal, saying hello. Hello to you, Sarah, from up there in Baston. Hope you're having good weather. I know it can be kind of crazy this time of year where you are. And the dispatcher says it's looking good, so thank you, Anna. Thanks for being a mod. Thanks to all of our other mods. So we'll see a little bit more of this as it gets a little bit closer here. Let's see what else we got going on. Well, we do have an American Airlines Dreamliner approaching the front lines here. This one's on its way to Sao Paulo, Brazil. It's a 7879 Dreamliner. So we should be seeing, well, I don't know, that could be going over to the east side for takeoff. It's possible, but usually it takes off over here. As going by our shot was Flight 1939 coming in from San Diego. All right, let's go back to seven, 6, 7. getting tucked in over at the terminal. Faridabad hopes I'm doing well, and I am indeed. Thank you, Farid. Did somebody see a coyote? Joel says, is there an animal there? We do see animals here. Now, I don't always see them on my little 2-inch monitor here. But they do kind of roam the range here at the airport. Coyotes do. Give it a little scan here to see if we see any out there. I'm not seeing any in this shop, although it's entirely possible that you may have seen one. What happened to our flight to Brazil? No, it is going over the bridge. There goes the Dreamliner, headed over to Brazil. And there's the some of the skyline of Dallas that we had a much better look at last night from Dallas Love Field. Got a tremendous view of the Dallas skyline from that location.
Line up and wait, 18 left, United 2330.
Mike Cause, we thank you for upgrading your membership from Twinjet to Dryjet. Thanks so much for that. Let's see, we have somewhere out there this United plane. It's an Airbus A319. Flight 2330 off to Denver, Colorado.
A blast from the past, 1998.
So our second 20th century catch of the evening. And you see behind it, Volaris Flight 801 is going to Mexico City. 730, that's an Airbus A320.
United 2330, RNAV, everyone is left, get off.
RNAV Park 1811, third takeoff, United 2330.
American 3124, runway 18 left, last lane.
American 3124.
Thank you, Travel Vegas, for your kind words. And as I see your kind words, I'm losing track of this plane, so let me do that. And there you saw in the background a simultaneous departure over on the east side. The east side can get even more action than the west side sometimes because they have 3 parallel north-south runways. Usually 2 are in service of arrivals and 1 is designated for departures.
3124 down to Laren, runway 18 left, cleared for takeoff.
Envoy 215, runway 18 left,
Good evening, 18 left, runway 18.
Cargo door still open on the big 747. I'll have to see if I can find out what time that plane will be departing.
right on boy.
United 2330, Park tonight.
Departure, good night. 2330.
Meanwhile, one of these 5 UPS tails is soon to be pushed back. Well, we just saw one go in over there, but I did see a moment ago, well, it's not, it has been taken off the radar, but there was another 767, which looks like it was getting pushed back, or about to get pushed back for a trip to Louisville, the UPS Worldport. So we'll see about that. I'd like to thank Jet Setter Bound 747. Just like my last minute donation yesterday. Just wanted to pop in to the donation lounge, and as we say, we appreciate your vibe, care, and ability to do this. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much for that $10 super chat, which now gets auto-magically acknowledged. I do that in case, for some reason, I miss somebody's kind contribution. So it's kind of automated there. Gringo in Argentina says, or should I say Argentina, I got my private pilot certificate and graduated high school in 1998. That jingle brought back a flood of memories. Well, we're nothing if not memory-oriented here at Runway DFW. That Volaris we spoke of is now on the roll on 818 left off to Mexico City. Airbus A320. I don't know if anybody's been able to explain to me the Volaris pixelated tail art. Is it really something obscene, which they don't want us to know? I don't know.
Good night, 733 Park, where it is go.
Mike Cause says, looks cool, Walt. 30 degrees Fahrenheit here in Buffalo. Wind out of the west, 35 miles an hour? Is that right? The airport says, well, let's check the this is sometimes not correct. Let me see if this is right tonight. This little weather bug. Where's our weather music? Oh, we have weather music. Yeah, here we go. All right, the weather bug. It says it's 61 degrees with wind out of the south-southeast at, now it disappeared. It took me so long to find the weather bug that I lost the weather information. Well, we'll get back to it here. 61 degrees, wind 16 miles an hour out of the south-southeast. Seems about right. It's a bit breezy. Gusts up to 25 miles an hour. That's the latest weather from the Runway DFW newsroom. Coach Carlisle back with us again. Oh wait, I've got to push the button here. Hold on. Because when I do the weather thing, then it kills out something else. So let's say hello again to Rich Carlisle from Indiana. Good evening, Walton, everyone. Back with us. You were here last night with us. Yeah, we're glad to see you again. All right, let's see what is happening here. American flight 1164 is about a minute away from touching down. It's coming in from Kansas City. Guitar Player 48 says a bunch of UPS planes at the ramp tonight. I saw at least 4 on screen a minute ago. Well, we can give you the count. So you see that one there, okay, at 747. Then we have these 5 to the south of it. And then if we pan over from the 747, we can see an MD-11. And there's 2 other planes to the right of that. So that's a total of 9 planes. Adam Drawbaugh wants to know, does DHL land at DFW? Yes. There's I believe it's pretty much a daily flight from Cincinnati. There may be others, but I know that one. It's usually an old 767. And we may even see it tonight, I don't know. Next arrival is Frontier, flight 3212. With Powder the Polar Bear on its tail. So let's give that a try, shall we? Powder the Polar Bear. Always a favorite. Beatmaker 50 says, hey, Walt, checking in from the Heath Rockwall area. It's to the east of Dallas. Stay warm and stay safe, brother. Well, I've got both my Runway DFW hoodie and my Runway DFW pullover. Right now on, in addition to a t-shirt and a long sleeve shirt, so I'm pretty good. Yeah, it's not that cold, but it feels a little chilly because I guess there's a dampness in the air, and also because of the wind.
Okay, at Golf Favor, Fit Cross 1, last ground point, 85 in a second.
So there's the polar bear. A 2-hour and 12-minute flight on that ultra low-cost carrier. Guitar Player 48 says, I know FedEx has a ramp on the property as well. It's interesting to see them. It would be interesting to see them land on the stream someday. Well, the FedEx ramp is over on the east side of the airport, and as such, we very rarely get to see them over here. They pretty much take off and land over on the east side almost exclusively. You're looking at American Flight 1243 off to San Diego, California, an Airbus A321neo. Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago we saw a a UPS, not a FedEx MD-11, which had landed on 13 right. So we didn't see it land, but we did get to see it taxiing across the west side runways and over the bridge. That was a sight to see. FedEx livery looks good at night. And as I say that, I see that the UPS 767, which had been briefly appearing on the radar, is now pushing back. I'll show that to you in just a sec. No, this is 757. Sorry about that.
On that B Park, 18 left, quick takeoff on board 4186.
1993.
31-year-old example of this beautiful aircraft. My third favorite commercial aircraft to see. Smoke coming out there from engine number 2, it looks like, or maybe both of them. That is a Martinair Cessna 208B Super Cargo Master, just came in from Tyler, Texas. 36 years old is that one.
Yeah, looks like we're going to have to return to the we don't know which GPS has stolen, but we want to get out of
I kind of want to cough, seeing all that smoke. Hey, we're going to zoom away from this just for a second for the takeoff of a Dreamliner. Off to Santiago de Chile. 7878, American Flight 945. Sieber says, did anyone see the dog? Well, again, you may be seeing some coyotes there. Again, I don't sometimes see what you're seeing because I'm looking at a very small monitor. But if you're looking at your 85-inch TV set in the living room, you may see a lot of stuff that I don't see.
American 1125, clear for takeoff.
Blinded by the light. Jimmy Henry watching on the big screen from Kentucky. Hello, Jimmy. There's this little plane that's been on hold. Oh, it's got a little brother there. Or a little sister. So we've got the Doublemint twins here. The one on the right came in from Wichita Falls. The one on the left from Tyler, Texas. I can't reach over to my soundboard now, so you'll just have to hum it to yourself. 1996. That's how old that one is.
Back to the Delta 435, whenever you're ready for a test back. Okay, yeah, we have someone from the Hodges, and I'll call the name again. Yeah, go rest, thanks. GPS 751, no, my left on the 1 left line, 20 GPS 751.
Caravan parade, says Fire KG. Dubba and Mint, the Martinair twins. According to El Toro 66. Kevin Reed says 757 is a beautiful bird. Indeed, I really like seeing this plane in action, and we're about to see that right now. There it is, making the turn on 18 left. Before takeoff to, I believe, let's see, where was this going again? To Louisville. Makes sense. spiffy departure. RJ Luke with a $2 super chat. Thank you, RJ Luke. Good evening, Walt Mods and all, says he. Or says, yes, says he. Gaming with Chris says, I wish you were live earlier today in the afternoon. Will you be live on Tuesday? That's a good question. I don't generally plan that far in advance because of weather and other considerations. As I explain fairly often here, this is not my full-time avocation. I have like a regular 9-to-5 job. In fact, before I come over here to the airport, well, I have to drive an hour, and then I park myself somewhere at a Starbucks or a restaurant close to Dallas Fort Worth Founders Plaza. And then I finish up work about 6:15 or 6:20. I race over here and I set up so we can be on the air at 7:30. That's how it works. And so that's so my hours here are kind of limited by that. Now there have been exceptions. Sometimes I'll take the day off if there's a really special plane coming in or something happening that I know about in advance. Last Friday night we were here an hour early to catch the departure of our mod speaker and Honeydew, who were off to London on the Airbus A380. So I made some special arrangements to be here a little early for that. American 1092 to El Paso. It's a 737-800. Here comes an E-Jet from Oklahoma City. American Eagle 3890, I want to say 5. You can give you a little behind the scenes here. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's see. And it's not working. Oh, it kind of works. But it's upside down. There we go. So here's my view behind camera number 1. So I'm just looking through this little monitor here. Over there, there's my Flight Radar 24 monitor. Over here is the control center, where we push all the buttons to change the cameras and put the graphics on. Back here is our iPad where we play the music and announcements. Over here is our camera number 2, which is mostly locked down in one position for the most part. But I can go over here and make adjustments as need be. And then over here, we have camera number 3 tonight, which is just a smartphone on a tripod, which gives us the background view. See, is that it? Okay, there it is. And so that's what it sees. We'll push the button and there you go. So a little behind the scenes tour of Runway DFW on this Thursday night. Texas Girl being very generous once again, gifting a Runway DFW membership, and that goes to Dave Hackney. So thank you, Texas Girl, and welcome, Dave Hackney. Who Doctor asked, do the cameras have names? No, they're just numbers. Theo wants to know, what music playlist is that? Well, the software that I use for that is called, what is it called? I can't remember. But the playlist is something I made up by me. We have some activity to report in the back lot here at UPS Regional Headquarters. There's an Airbus A300 backing out, or being backed out. Flight 755 off to Chicago Rockford International Airport. Russman says, good evening, Walton, Runway DFW fans. Hello, Russman. Kevin wants to know, is that the Bearcat scanner? It's a Uniden scanner. I guess it's called a Bearcat too. I've had a Bearcat scanner when I was was it a Bearcat? Yeah, I think the first one I had was a Bearcat scanner. It was back when scanners had crystals you had to buy to get the channels that you wanted. It was before they figured out how to tune them electronically. So I think my first Bearcat scanner had 8 channels. I had it in my car because I was a TV news photographer. Mr. Phil says, well, we got 4 cameras. Well, we had one. We had the 4th one temporarily tonight. I've already turned it off. On Saturday shows, try to give you 4 cameras. It's Turkish. Turkish going out this side. This is rare. Recently, generally speaking, Turkish always takes off to Istanbul from the west side, or from the east side, I'm sorry. So, it's a Dreamliner Dash 9 off to Istanbul. We should be seeing the Flying Roo soon too, I think. I have to say the wind is blowing in just the right direction tonight for us to be able to smell both the jet fuel and the burning rubber of the tires as they impact of the runway on the landings here. Right, I do see Qantas flight number 8 has been pushed back from Terminal D, 7879 Dreamliner, so we'll see that going headed off to Sydney in the next 5 minutes or so. Woot Doctor says, did you photograph any planes for the news? Well, I was a news photographer like for my first 5 years or so of my career. So, that's a long time ago. I'm still looking for, I think I have it somewhere, a story I did about a stunt flyer, like a wing walker, as I recall. And it's very primitive compared to what you could do today with a story like that. Yeah, we didn't have any GoPros or anything like that, and the video camera that I was using at that time was a Sony. It used a tube to pick up the images, and it was not very good. But if I can dredge that out, maybe I'll resurrect that and show it to you sometime. So what we have there, we had coming in, we had American 1893 from Las Vegas, Airbus A321. Going out, American Flight 2003, headed to Seattle, an Airbus A321. And we salute Dale Helton, who has been a twin jet member now for 22 months, it says here, and I've been watching a lot longer than 22 months, says he, so thank you, Dale. I sincerely appreciate your hanging out with us here at Runway DFW. Now it's time for the A300 to go out. My recollection is this is going to Chicago Rockford International Airport. Wow, that was a very snappy takeoff there. It was an aircraft carrier takeoff. That Colin guy saying hello. Hello to TCG. And Rachel about that A300 takeoff. Yeah, that was like they were there. They were out of here. You always have to wonder if it was like an ex-military pilot. Let's see, we have some kind of birdie on the tail of this Frontier flight going to Phoenix. That would be Davis, the Mexican spotted owl. That's a pretty bright white owl, isn't it? I think we have some new members signing on. I hear the little tinkling bells. I shall investigate that momentarily. By the way, this plane was going to Phoenix, flight 2531 in Airbus A321. Plane landing here. Our first banana bird of the evening. I believe this is flight 1017 coming in from Cancun. Airbus A320. All right, let's see. Well, we have a lot of new memberships coming in here. First of all, Bill Platt has gifted 5 Runway DFW memberships, so welcome to Christopher Bashford, Patrick M., Bradford Rowley, Juan Alvarez, and Pip Hastings Aviation. Welcome to all of you. Now we have another Texas girl already gifted 1 membership. She's now gifted 10. Thank you, Texas girl. Hunter Straw, Florian. I've lost. Hunter Straw, Florian. Zotbu. Ranger 95, clear above. Jamie Sohn. Joe. True P. Mark Dillitz. Tampa Dan. Wow. That is very nice to see. Thank you so much. What is that we have on the radar there? A Saab 340. A Saab 340. I love seeing these. This is in use as a freighter. Don't have any other information on it here on my flight radar, though. You never know what you're going to see here.
American 577.
I've seen this plane before. I can't make out the writing on it, though. Emery, you're just with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Emery. I remember when AE used Saab 340 for passenger flights. I flew them a lot out of DFW to CLL. American Eagle flew that plane. Not that plane, perhaps, but the Saab 340s. Flyer KG has gifted 5 Runway DFW memberships. We are drowning in a good way with Runway DFW memberships tonight. Thank you, Flyer KG, Mark Coker, Kevin Stanhope, WTF Radio, Ara Azaturian, and Chris Alpha Mike are our newest members. We have some Queen of the Sky action for you now. The 747 is, I don't think it's started to be pushed back yet, but it's just about ready to be. There's the crew. There's the tug. Saab's getting ready to take off. We want to see that, don't we? So it's an Ameriflight ESCS is what it says on there. But I still don't have any flight radar info on that one. But typically it makes a regional flight to some not too far away destination in Texas or one of the surrounding states to deliver cargo. Here goes the big jet. This should not take very long at all to get off the ground. Might get off the ground before it gets to Terminal D. And it does. Take a little peek in the cockpit here. Oh, look, it has a little sticker that says Queen of the Skies.
Clear to cross 20 left, long shot, office, contact ground on the bridge, 2025.
This is UPS flight 765, flight 765. One of the last, among the last 747s that was built. It's just 3 years old, dating back to March of 22. So it's 3 years old this month. Happy birthday. UPS didn't get the last 747 to be built. I think that went to, where did I go, to Atlas Air? Chris Alpha Mike is watching from Australia, where it's Friday afternoon, and he's thanking Flyer KG for the gifted membership. Gold Luger, such a majestic aircraft. Who could disagree? Smoke and Slice Barbecue, our newest moderator. Hey there. Wow, how do we get so lucky to have 2 nights in a row? Oh, I don't know. It's the weather, really. I mean, we're trying to beat the weather. Tomorrow is supposed to be the wind is going to go back to north flow. It's not good for our nights. And on Saturday, when we usually broadcast, it's supposed to rain during the day. So I don't know if we're doing a show on Saturday yet. I just don't know. Barnett, always happy to see a Queen of the Skies in DFW. It is the only one we've seen so far tonight. But, but this one actually is the Queen of the Skies, because as you can see, it's got a sticker on it. It says celebrating the Queen of the Skies. I can now read it by enlarging my screen here. So we celebrate the Queen of the Skies whenever we can here at Runway DFW.
Flight 3999, on at the B-Far, 420, that's good to go.
We're out of beach card, 20 left, clear to take off on flight 3999.
Smoke and Slice says, thank you for coming on when you did. Someone was in the middle of a fit, and when I turned you on, bam, magically she stopped. Hello to you, Harper. Say, I don't see the... Did I actually miss the Australian... the Qantas flight to Australia? Did I miss that? It seems not possible. We are about to turn away from this plane to see American Flight 997 headed off to Buenos Aires. Oh, and this has the One World livery. So the One World livery on a 777 headed to Buenos Aires. 777-200ER. And this is a turn-of-the-century plane dating back to the year 2000. Plenty of airplane action for you here on a Thursday night at Runway DFW. After dark. In color. So this flight 997 with the One World livery. The Queen is on the move now. And it looks like it is vectoring for a west side takeoff. O'Malley has entered the scene. Hello, O'Malley. joy to see you.
Left, hold short. That's what you came up from, right? 13. Lair, 1 left, clear for takeoff, on 4,000 horse.
So someone in the chat was asking if a 747 is longer than a 777. Now, I don't know the answer to that. I guess it could be looked up. And of course, there are several different 777 and 747 models. So that could have something to do with it. I do know that and this of course is a different aircraft, but the A350-1000 is longer than the A380. Paul Guthrie got here just in time to see the Biggin. And Sour Grapes wants to know what model this is. This is going to be, as we mentioned earlier, it's almost, it's about as close to a brand new 747 as you can get. This is a 747-8 freighter, just 3 years old this month.
Arnav for Laren, clear for takeoff, 18 left, American 1821.
American 2063, reset, on 18 left.
21 left, way American 2063.
Heidi B. Fit. Wow. Not saying I don't know what she's saying wow to, but. And Juan Macias wants to know, where is this going? This is going to the UPS World Port in Louisville. I imagine you see quite a few 747s at the World Port. We're lucky to see one or two on a given night or day while we're here, and if we see more than that, then we're really lucky. There's Ascending Dragon 1, the better half. Oh, Mrs.
Phone departure, American 1821.
He is married to one of our mods. He's a pilot for American Eagle. Greetings and felicitations in Casa Bueno del Silveron, y'all. Okay, so Heidi was saying wow to the 747. Okay, good. I love them as well. Anyway, Ascending Dragon is the cohabitant with our friend Anna the dispatcher.
American 1242, Arnav to B Park, from 18 left, pick up.
Arnav B Park, 18 left, pick up.
And we're glad to have them both as part of the Runway DFW family. Zoom out the radar here to make sure we're not missing anything coming in.
American 2063, contact Squawk, can I go?
No departure, American 263, good night.
American 2361, switch in the visual for 18 knots.
American 2361, reset, Boston 17, Squawk, maybe 1747, maybe parallel, runway 1 erect, to the right.
Okay, so Qantas Flight 8 did not depart yet, I guess. It says here, estimated departure 9 Well, scheduled departure at 8:26. Estimated departure at 9:30. And I thought I saw it on the radar pushed back, but maybe it just turned on its transponder. So we still have Qantas Flight 8 to see on the broadcast. If you are new to Runway DFW, I welcome you. Thank you, Jennifer Rutherford, for a $5 super chat. Howdy, Walton friends. I officially have 4 days until I'm on the British Airways Flight 192 Airbus A380 en route to Ireland. I'm super excited. We're excited for you, Jennifer. Thank you for your super chat, and have a great trip. Maybe you should get with Beaker and Honeydew to find out if there's anything you should know. Of course, Jennifer's going to be on one of the last flights. This is the last month for the British Airways A380 to fly in and out of here, at least for the coming months. Ascending Dragon 1 says, Anna and I are legally married. I knew that. Somebody who tapped me on the shoulder just as this plane was taking off. I haven't had a chance to turn around and see who it is. Oh, I think we've had a casualty here due to the wind. Our backup camera got blown down on the ground. It appears to still be working. Here it is here. But apparently, did one of you do this? Did one of you get this off there? Our tripod kind of collapsed. Well, it didn't collapse, but I guess the camera just blew off of it. So, well, we'll figure that out. Apparently no damage. Let me get off the, put a little music on here while I get our secondary camera all set back up here. Stand by!
Alright, good takeoff 111 American, step 1.
Tower on 135.96, female final runway, way right.
I'm with 3596, tower 160.15, traffic 19 air, on my money right, good luck.
20 right, foot land on 135.96.
American 1798, beach shut, on my money left, not wait.
20 left, 5 way, American 1798.
Departure, good day, A14 from
I am back with you. What happened was this camera, which is on a little tripod, fell over. So let me show you this. Okay, so I've got camera 2 pointed over there. So there's it's just a smartphone on a tripod, and for some reason, I guess the wind blew the camera down onto the ground, and while I was shooting that 747 going off, someone tapped me on the shoulder and I couldn't turn around and look at them. And but anyway, he brought the phone over to me and put it down on the table here. So everything's well. The phone still works. Our camera 3 is good to go. And so I just the tripod was kind of broken, so I put a new tripod on it. So I guess we're good. All right. That Colin guy says, is that a Pixel 6? You know, I can't honestly remember. It's a Pixel something. It makes a very good picture, especially at night. So that's why we use it for our background camera. All right, let's kill the music. So much stuff to do here. Patrick says hi to my fellow Runway DFW fans. Now that camera's pointed in the wrong direction. Okay, I'll take care of that. And we'll get back to the planes here in just a moment or two. Let me get everything reset here after our near disaster. Adam Jabba says, what is the wind speed? Let me take that out. And let me put in our weather information here. It's not Burbank, but it'll pop up as Burbank for some reason. I don't know why. 59 degrees, wind 17 miles an hour out of the south-southeast. And the wind is gusting to 27 miles an hour. So that could be a problem. Rachel Daly Hug says we have another UPS A300 getting ready to push back. Well, thank you for that alert. I will be on the lookout for that. Should be coming out of this collection here, I think. Paul Guthrie is saying good night and enjoy. Thank you, Paul. Adam wants to know, is that the tower in the background? Well, we have, technically there's 3 towers here at DFW Airport. 2 are in operation, east and west. We have a central tower, which is available for emergencies, but it's not in regular use. That was the original tower. Should we go through the towers? So in this shot, to the right of the center of the screen is the east tower. I'll get a better look at it with camera 1. So there's the east tower, and it overlooks the eastern, as you might expect, the east runways, the 17s. So that's an operational tower. Then right in the smack dab in the middle of the airport, we have your central tower. And it was the original tower here at DFW Airport until they decided, you know what, we can't see all that well from here because it's so spread out. So this is available to operate. It's completely equipped. It's used for training, but it's not in service regularly. And then over here on the west side, we have what you might expect to be known as the West Tower, and that's what it's called. And there it is. That's the one closest to us. And that overlooks the 18s and 13 right. And the 2 towers coordinate with one another. The controllers work out of both towers. Sometimes on the same day, they'll travel from one tower to the other for different shifts. And that Colin guy says, well, was it really 100 degrees in Burbank? No. That's some kind of glitch in the software that we use for some reason. I don't know why it does that. And I missed this this $2 super chat from that Colin guy. Thank you. By the way, that Saab earlier was headed for Laredo, Texas, down on the border. So thank you for that super chat, and thank you for that information. All right, back to the aeroplanes here. Seems like forever since we've shown you airplanes. An American Airlines A321 coming in from Las Vegas. vessel of planes lining up to take off here on the west side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, if I counted right, maybe 12. It's going to be flight 2709 to Palm Springs, California, in Airbus A321. Here on runway DFW as we head into our third hour of color casting from one of the world's busiest airports. I think we've got a Dreamliner coming in, if I heard the flight controllers correctly. Flight 1115 from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. That was a 787-8 Dreamliner. There's that Airbus A300 that Rachel was talking about. As we headed to Ontario, California. Plane dates back to the year 2001. That was the year, as I recall, we were all supposed to be able to fly to the moon on Pan Am. Yeah. 2001. Jennifer says almost all packed for the trip. Very exciting. I'm not good at packing. I'm really bad at packing. I tend to overpack. I think if I traveled more often, I would quickly learn to underpack. I mean, my theory should be, you know, if you're not going anywhere that's very remote, you can just, if you forget something, just buy it at the location where you are if you forgot something you really need. Smoke Slice says, I'd love to find a Dreamliner. Has anybody in the group flown on one? And if so, how was it? Yes, I was on my first Dreamliner flight last September from Seoul to here at DFW, American Airlines. It's quite nice. very long flight. But I would just say, you know, if you're on a long flight like that, my suggestion would be, if you're in economy, try to get an aisle seat, because I was kind of struggling with a window seat. I love window seats, don't get me wrong, but I just like to get up, and I don't like to disturb my two seatmates. Pam P says, doesn't it look like the plane is smiling? Kind of does. That's a happy plane. Also on the move back there somewhere in UPS world is a 767, which is lit up on the radar. It's going to Louisville. Hey, we're going to see the Tide Pod livery on Sun Country Airlines Flight 504 to Minneapolis. It is now on its way to the departure zone. Emery Urtis with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Emery. Walt, curious, but when you fly, what kind of seat do you prefer? Well, I prefer first class, but that's not usually an option for me. So second choice would be business class. That's also not usually an option. So third choice would be premium economy, which is what if I can afford that, that's what I'll get. Now, as far as where I sit, I mean, as I said, I love to sit on the window seat, but and for domestic flights, that's fine. But for long trips, I think I've kind of come to the conclusion that for me, it's going to have to be an aisle seat. Thank you for your super chat. Rachel says, I would like to fly in a plane that doesn't make me feel claustrophobic. Well, you know, the first wide-body plane I was ever on was an L-1011. And when I got on that thing, it was unbelievable to me as someone who'd never been on a plane that big. And as for those of you who don't know, L-1011 is a wide-bodied tri-jet, which I think there's only one that still is flyable anymore. But it was pretty popular for a while. So there's the 767. It's a 14-year-old 767, which is off to Louisville, which is kind of photobombing its A300 sister over here. Keith N. Texas asks, bulkhead seat? You know, I don't like the bulkhead seats. They do tend to give you a little more leg room, but I don't like it because I need a place to stow my carry-on backpack. So it looks like we're going to have 2 UPS planes getting ready to take off from 18 left. Still looking for the Qantas Flight 8. Oh, I don't see it on the radar anymore. Oh, no, there it is. Estimated departure. What? Did it go? I thought I saw Qantas Flight 8 on the radar, and then I didn't see it, and now Flight Radar is telling me estimated departure 8:35. Well, that's more than an hour ago. I don't know if it has been delayed further or not. That is American Eagle. Where'd it go? Well, here's what we have to show you. Let's see, do we have it here? Doing a little poking around here. Somewhere back there is Sun Country Flight 504 to Minneapolis. Good old Tide Pod livery.
18 left, 2 to go on board 428.
So that plane has gotten the green light for takeoff. Carolyn Crowder says hello, Walt, and all the Runway DFW family. Happy Thursday. Thank you for that. Emre, back with another $2 super chat. Is this a 170 or 175? The plane that was just on the screen was an Embraer 170, and that was off to Lubbock, Texas. American Eagle 24. I'm sorry, flight 4284. So thank you again for that, Emre. Try and get a shot of the. Here we go. There's the Sun Country Tide Pod livery. A little hard to see. West operating on behalf of American Eagle off to Midland, Texas on that CRJ 701ER. Okay, we have an answer for you. Airman 24 says Qantas website says Qantas Flight 8 now departing at 10 p.m. to Sydney. So a little bit of a wee bit of a delay for that flight, but we'll be here for that. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock now. Let's get a move on, Flying Roo. Get a little better view of the Sun Country Tide Pod livery. We have a 777 on the way in. American Flight 280 from Seoul. That's running late today. It usually gets in late afternoon. That is the flight I was on last September, although American was operating that with a 787-9 at the time. Now it's a 777-200. Thank you for that information, Airman 24. Somebody's asking, is the Sun Country a charter? And no, I don't think so. I think it's a regularly scheduled flight. I could be wrong. But is Sun Country one of those, what they call a scheduled charter carrier? I'm not sure. I believe I've read recently that they're operating cargo flights for Amazon. 737 charters. Mike Cruz says, I've never seen a SkyWest plane in its own livery, always American Airlines or American Eagle. Yeah, we do see them occasionally. I don't know if because they just haven't painted them yet, or if they're not to be, if they're going to be decommissioned soon. I don't know. Here's the A300, and I think I may have to pull away from this. You may get one of our rear swish pans here in a moment, as we've got a 777 coming in from Seoul. Let's see how far we get here. Okay, we had time. And here comes flight 280 from Seoul, Incheon Airport in Korea. I know, I said you're about to see it. You are about to see it. Checking in after almost a 12-hour flight, 11 hours and 50 minutes from Seoul. The random spotter with some information. SkyWest does fly their own charter flights, so they have some in their own livery. They also fly United Express and Delta Connection regional flights as well. So you see those on all three carriers. So maybe some of those SkyWest planes do double duty. Christopher Jones says Sun Country has regularly scheduled service from Minneapolis, St. Paul, but also does charters. Yeah, we've seen Sun Country out of here to Minneapolis, which is its home port, and also to Cancun, I believe, from here, among other places. This is the A300. Runway DFW is the recipient of another $5 super chat. This one from Emery Urchis again. What are the current regionals that fly into DFW on behalf of American Eagle? Well, there's Envoy, which is owned by American Airlines, operates as American Eagle. There's also PSA, which is owned by American Airlines and is flies the American Eagle colors. I'm trying to think, are there any others? American kind of also contracts with other carriers. What was it? There was one recently that they kind of severed ties with that we didn't see their flights in and out of here. It was more of a Chicago-based carrier. I can't remember what the name of the carrier was. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock here, not quite, 9:57 Central Time, but just a reminder that you're watching Runway DFW After Dark, live and in color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. My name is Walt. We'll be here with you probably till about the bottom of this hour. We're going to try to wait on the Qantas Flight 8 off to Sydney. I don't see it yet on the radar, but it's supposed to be going out in the next few minutes, so hang out with us for that, won't you, on Runway DFW After Dark.
You have a great night too, Envoy 3594.
Luke with a little more nuanced answer to the question about American Eagle. Envoy Air, PSA Airlines, and Piedmont Airlines, all owned by American. Third-party carriers including Republic Airways and SkyWest. So there you go. Lots of planes. I think American and American Eagle together have about 1,000 planes altogether. One of the biggest, if not the biggest, fleet among American airlines, among U.S. airlines. Maybe in the world.
Up 8 cross 111.85, Mercury 3185.
Well, if I were to stay until 11:37, I might see a Cargo Lux coming in. A Cargo Lux 747 coming in from Anchorage, but won't be here till then because we have to get out of here by 10:30 or so in order to make sure we don't get attacked by the sprinklers. Now I do see that the cargo door on the MD-11 is now closed. I see the marker lights are flashing. I think this one's getting ready to back out. Adam Drawbaugh needs to get some sleep, so he's saying good night. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight, Adam. See you next time on Runway DFW. This plane is due out to Chicago Rockford International Airport, if my sources are correct. I see Fiji Flight 891 headed to Nadi Airport. An A350-900 is now on the move. So we have that to look forward to in the next few minutes in the final half hour or so of our presentation to you. Grumpy Forrester, Channel Member, says the idea of sprinklers turning on at any time of day or night on March 6th befuddles me. I might just need to move to somewhere that is actually a thing. Well, I haven't seen the sprinklers here in probably the last couple of months, but it always seems that they come on at a very unexpected time. I mean, it's usually after 10:30. Usually close to 11 o'clock. They're on timers. And it doesn't seem to matter if the ground is damp or not. So I just don't like to take any chances because there's a lot of gear here and we've been stuck with the sprinklers before. And getting out of the way is no picnic, as Yogi Bear might say.
with helium across 1 left, over ground, 24.
You're going the wrong way. Let's see with this wind, how close we can get into the cockpit. I'm not sure that our base is going to be stable enough here. Well, we'll give it a shot. Hello in there. And we do have a very stable tripod, but when it gets windy like this, does tend to destabilize things. Rachel also, I wonder why I don't see this plane on the radar. Well, maybe they just haven't turned on their transponder yet. Airman 24 with some scheduling news. American for the month of March will run DFW to Honolulu 3 times on Saturday and DFW to Maui twice daily. I guess we've got spring break coming up, right? It might have something to do with it. Yin Team Stripes Cathay Pacific says hello. Hello to you. And as they say hello, Dale Hilton, channel member, says good night. Catch you next time. Thank you, Dale. Final preparations being made for the flight to Chicago Rockford International Airport. If that's indeed where this plane is going.
American 788, DFW.
Ready.
American 788, on the B part from 118 left, let's take off.
Or not be part of the takeoff 1 left.
Well, look who's here. It's Kevin, Wellington Flights Live. Hi, Walt from Sydney, Australia. Great to catch you. Kevin, I've seen some of your fine content this week from Australia. I invite others to tune in. I think you've got a stream coming up. I've got our stream set to point to yours, which doesn't begin, I think, until about 2 a.m. Central Time. At least that's the last I checked. So, if you're able to, I invite you to check out our good pal from Wellington, Wellington Flights Live. Coming up later for us in the USA on a Friday morning. I'm now manipulating multiple cameras. would it stop there? I was on my way to a nice sequence here. Stephen Bridges says this MD-11 is a former Thai Airways passenger plane, which is just making this this well-executed sequence not so well executed, but that's okay. You do what you need to do, flight crew. Political News says, I did not catch the plane spotting last night, but I watched the video today. Dallas is gorgeous at night. Hello to everyone this evening. Well, thank you for that kind comment. Okay, here comes our sequence, the rest of our sequence. All right, the good news is this plane is going to take off here on the west side of the airport. Okay, Wellington Flights Live. Kevin says you can watch his stream 4 hours from now from Sydney, so Kevin, we look forward to that. I can't say that I'll be awake then. I have to be honest with you, but I'll watch, try to catch the replay. It was great to see Skittles on with you the other day. Skittles, our friend from up in Washington State, made the trip for the Spotter Fest down in Sydney. Very jealous. And you are looking there at Spirit Flight 761 is going to San Jose, California, an Airbus A320neo. There's the Trijet. A showdown. MR Rice, thank you for the good night. I hope you have a good night as well. And I appreciate your kind words. Love to see you here. And Kevin says, Skittles is so lovely. Been amazing to show her around a little. Ah, so nice.
RNAV B Park, 18 left. Envoy 4273. 761,
So we didn't give you the 411 on this MD-11. We know from one of our viewers that it's a former passenger jet, and we can also tell you this.
A blast from the past, 1991.
So it's a 33-year-old plane, that MD-11 there on the right, and it'll be 32 a couple of months from now in May. Fiji plane is on the way to see us. So that's good to know. That may be our last our last plane of the evening, as I don't see any sign of the Qantas Dreamliner that was supposed to have taken off a couple hours ago. Channel member Ramon Balderrama says hi from East Texas. Marco Hinton, channel member, says good evening, Walt. Remember, this weekend time goes forward and days will be longer. I forgot about that. At least here in the USA, we have our semi-annual time change. I'm not a fan of it, but what are you going to do? You might hear in the background the stirring sounds of a 767. It's a UPS flight 773, which is going to be headed to Louisville. But we want to keep our eye on this here MD-11 gleaming in the night. Once again off to Chicago Rockford International Airport. Wasted no time.
Good evening, PG 891. With the ready. PG 891, runway 187, runway 891. Heavy contact spot. Can I go? 1053, switching line.
Fiji A350 900. There it is. Headed back home.
Michael Wade, 18 left.
So we get a gust of wind. Off it goes to the South Pacific.
BJ 91 Heavy, contact support. Good night.
Contact support, BJ 91, good night.
Grumpy Forrester has gifted a Runway DFW membership. Thank you, Grumpy Forrester. Mark Faminow is our newest member. Thanks to you. So that's super. What do we got going over here? Oh, this is the UPS 767 on its way to Louisville. So it's been kind of a heavy fest here for the last few minutes. So I try to control the tripod in a gust of wind.
Yeah, ready.
1996.
28-year-old 767-300 off to home base in Louisville. All right, let me make one more check here. I see no sign of the Qantas Flying Roo. Let me see if I have any updated information regarding Flight 8. I do not. So unless somebody knows something that I don't, I think that that's going to wrap it up for our little aviation extravaganza for the night. Let me check our skies. I'll give you one more arrival. Frontier Flight 1406 from Ontario, California with Cody and Dakota the Coyotes, which I guess is kind of appropriate because we've had some reports of coyote sightings here at the airport tonight. I didn't spot them, but some people did in the chat. And I think we just, as I was punching this up, so I don't know, we can't really see them all that well because the exposure. But here they come on an Airbus A321 from Ontario, California. Well then, let's see. So, we have some folks to thank at this juncture of our broadcast. Top of the list goes to our channel sponsor, James Webb. Thank you, James, for everything you do for the channel. Thank you to our channel members who help support us financially. It's a great comfort to be able to pay those bills at the end of the month. Thank you. Thank you to our mods. They've been here with you all night long. I like to call them the heart of Runway DFW because I take the pictures, they kind of put their heart and soul into this. So thank you to our wonderful team of moderators. Thanks to those of you who liked and subscribed. Thanks to those of you who were just hanging out and watching. And we'll be back soon with another edition of Runway DFW. Stand by now for our special presentation of Extravaganza, where we pack up and you watch us pack up. That's as simple as that, but you get to chat with each other while that happens. For now, we'll go with what we usually do at the end of the show and let you say goodnight. And so for that, we'll put on our special music and happy contrails to you until we meet again. And we've got Extravaganza coming up next. Thanks for watching.
1617, runway 18 right, clear line.
Clear land, runway 18 right, landing.
Making you feel good. Conversation.
Yeah, we're ready to go for 3344. 44, Arnhem Valerian, runway 18 left, clear takeoff.
Arnhem Valerian, clear for takeoff, runway 18 left, envoy 3344. Runway 18 Envoy 3644.
Runway 3704, RNF 2 Laren, runway 18 left, clear takeoff. Runway 4065, DFW Tower, runway 18 left, line of noise, traffic will come.
Runway left, line of point, runway 4065.
3444, make that left. Give us some kilo. Yeah, we can make it. American 1244. Very good. Hold short, runway 18 left, at 50 kilo.
Stay with us all day for your favorite songs.
We interrupt this chat extravaganza for this important notice to let you know that our channel sponsor James Webb has favored us with a, let me double check this, $200 super chat. Thank you, Mr. Webb, for all you do for our channel. Much appreciated. We'll get back to our chat extravaganza, but I want to thank you for that.
41, 47, hold short of runway 18 left, 50 kilo. Hold short, 18 left, 50 kilo. Runway 465,
flaring up with it 588. Flaring left line of point on board 3614. Over to departure. Have a great night. Frontier Flight 3885. We'll see you later.
Hey, I'm back on headphones, and that means we're about ready to sign off here. A little before 11 o'clock. We beat the sprinklers in case the sprinklers do come on. And I want to thank you again for sticking with us through Chat Extravaganza. I saw some questions in the chat asking When's our next broadcast? I don't know. I don't think it'll be tomorrow night. The winds are going to shift around out of the north, and that's not the best for us here at night as far as nighttime broadcasts go. So when we can help it, we don't come to you at night when there's north flow and the planes are going the other direction. Now, as for Saturday, normally we're on Saturday. It's become kind of a tradition, but it's supposed to be raining here Saturday, so we couldn't broadcast from here if it's raining. We might be able to go over to Love Field, but I haven't made a final decision on that yet, so please stand by. So that's it for us tonight. We'll see you soon on Runway DFW, whenever that is. Keep the notification bell activated, and YouTube will let you know when we're going to be on again. Good night from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, Founders Plaza. Thank you to the airport for providing us with this fine place to watch planes. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you soon.
And promotional consideration furnished by Pan American World Airways, the world's most experienced airline. Pan Am makes the going great. This is Dick Tufeld speaking.